COVID-19. What is it? A pandemic? A burden? A virus? Well, yes. It's also an overarching question. Why? Why does it exist? The COVID-19 virus has affected everyone in some way, some on a smaller scale, and some experiencing losses so huge it results in pain, mental health damage, and emptiness. COVID-19 is a virus which targets the respiratory system. It then leads to developing a complication called acute respiratory distress syndrome. This causes severe inflammation in the lungs, then undergoing respiratory failure as you lose the ability to breathe normally. However, this only affects up to 17% of patients, which almost translates to 1 in 5 people. However, physical illness isn't the only way this virus affects you. The isolation, lack of socializing, boredom, and loved ones experiencing the realm of the virus. They can be painful mentally. Being stuck in a room, being cut off from face-to-face contact, and not being able to roam your house whilst family members are home, it's just draining. In the new year, I personally experienced COVID-19 myself. The illness was manageable, the tiredness, the sore throat, the stuffy nose. Nothing compared to the isolation from my friends and family. Sitting alone, waiting for days to pass, may have been the most intense mental test to exist. Passing time alone with your thoughts can be so tedious and make you question, why am I stuck here and no one else? It's painful just wishing for days away and almost not being able to act normal in society once you've left your bubble at home. The first initial day back in society, I felt free and surreal. I was finally out and could return to normal until this wave comes over my head. Out of nowhere, I was instantly tired, exhausted, and honestly overwhelmed. It was too much. I had forgotten how to socialize and felt like I was going insane. For the first few weeks out of isolation, there were these glimpses of these shadows that would crowd my head. It was hard to go through, but it was easy with support. I was fortunate to have my sister, closest friends, family, and of course my floorboard friend who lives rent-free in my house, Ace. This was a personal experience, which many others may have gone through, but everyone's story is different. I have managed to find one of my closest friends who was brave enough to tell me his story and how these last few years have impacted him physically and mentally.
My name is Thomas Shanahan, I'm 17 and I'm a high school student.
How has the coronavirus impacted you personally?
The coronavirus over the past couple of years has really impacted me. I think it's really been, an event throughout most of my high school years, and I think it's kind of shaped the way I've lived out some of my experiences, and whether that be having different experiences to people that didn't experience the coronavirus pandemic in high school, or even losing some of those experiences such as school camps and trips and things like that. I don't know, I think it's shaped everyone today, and I think it's shaped the experiences of everyone today, and the impacts really differ from person to person.
Has the coronavirus positively or negatively impacted your mental health?
I think it's impacted my mental health both positively and negatively. The positive impacts are that I'm more conscious about my mental health, but obviously that comes from a place of having a poor mental health throughout the pandemic, and especially in the first lockdown and the second lockdown, feeling as though I'd lost those experiences and connections and distant from everyone was really hard, and especially in a time where we're meant to be having these experiences and growing up and having fun. I think it's not the same over FaceTime or Zoom. So definitely I felt the impacts of the pandemic, and I noticed that my daily routines obviously shifting very quickly, and I was sleeping more, and I wasn't really having conversations with my family. We were all kind of isolated from each other, and I think my mental health really was impacted in those first 2 lockdowns.
Have you reached out for any mental or physical support?
During COVID, I think my mental health was obviously diminishing, and I guess I should have probably reached out more. But I think the fact that everyone was going through it at the same time, it sounds a bit stupid, but I felt as though I was a bit dumb, and I know this isn't the case, but I felt a bit dumb reaching out for support to friends and family when we were all going through the same thing at the same time, and I felt a bit selfish if I was to reach out, so I definitely didn't reach out as much as I probably should have.